This is a DartBrain podcast with Danny Lauby.
Hey there, Dart nerds, double mechanics, and tungsten tacticians. Welcome back to DartBrain, where we dive deep into motivation, commitment, and why excellence doesn't come with a snooze button. I'm your host, Clint Clarkson, part-time darts philosopher, full-time overthinker, and today we're talking about motivation and commitment. I've said that commitment is your most important guardian because it's the guardian all your other guardians depend on. And this episode, it's going to be a great one because we are very lucky to be joined by American PDC Tour card holder Danny Lauby. Welcome to the show, Danny.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, awesome. I really appreciate you making the time for this, especially from over the pond in England. Let's start off with a little bit of a bio on you so that people know a bit about you. How did you first get into darts, and was there a moment for you that you knew this was your sport?
So I got into it because of my dad. My dad played professionally in the U.S. a bunch, and I just kind of emulated that. And it was just because of my dad.
Okay, awesome.
And same thing with music. I'm a professional musician before this. He did that. He's a drum instructor. He's an author. He's still teaching now. Actually, he's still playing music. I just basically copied him.
Right on. So tight family relation to it. Like, did you from a kid, darts is for me. I love this. I enjoy it a lot. Or was there a moment when you got older where you said, no, this is something I want to take more seriously?
No, I just don't remember not doing it. I genuinely, I copied as a kid. You know, my dad would say I would just be throwing with him even as like a toddler. I don't remember not playing music or darts. It's just all I've ever done.
Wonderful. What's been the highlight of your career so far? The moment that still gives you goosebumps?
I think, the first one was winning my first TDC title. Right, I wouldn't be where I am without the championship dart circuit. But that one, when I was 15, I won the ADO Youth in Stanford. There's certain title wins that just really stick, and that was the first one because that sent me to the World Masters in Bridlington when I was like 15. But I think my first World Championships, that was, I mean, it's like, it sucked it was COVID year. But
yeah, fair enough.
The World Championships, both of them, those always stick. The World Cups representing my country, I don't know, it's hard to really quantify that one. It's hard to break it down.
You've been doing it a long time. You've got lots of things that you can be proud of, right? What's one thing about your journey that most people don't know?
The seclusion, it's not guaranteed. I know, I don't get to go to work for a paycheck. Every dart player's got their sponsors and their stuff. Yeah. But like, you have children at home. You have family at home, and your family's getting older, and you can't see them. They're 4,000 miles away. You don't really have, this is what you're doing, and it's not the healthiest of sports. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, it's a bit of a lonely life, but I signed up for it, and I'm here for it. So let's just win some games.
Okay, awesome. Now, you already mentioned your dad and learning the game of darts from your dad. So this question maybe is a bit leading, but maybe you can expand on it a little bit more. Who was the biggest influence or mentor when you were coming up in the game?
My dad. Yeah, everything I know was because of him. I obviously watched all the greats that we all know, but no, it's all him. It's all my dad.
Did you have the opportunity to play with your dad?
Yeah, we did a couple of doubles. We never did really well. In fact, we'd go to U.S. Tournaments and stuff, just ADO ones, and eventually we had such a bad record playing together that we were like, let's split up, give us both a chance to make some money to bring home to your mom.
Oh, that's great.
When I was a kid. So yeah, no, we played each other a couple times, and I usually won, obviously.
Okay.
I hope he listens to this, but yeah. I played with him a couple times, but yeah.
Okay. Now, at this point in your career, you're probably at a different place than a lot of people that are going to be listening. But how would you define success in darts for you right now?
There's so many options now. Honestly, this is a really great time to be playing darts. There's a lot of things going on. Obviously, having a tour card and being in a good ranking is the you know ideal situation. But there's so many outlets. The CDC's got their thing in England. They got the ADC and everything going on. There's Modus is all the stuff. There's things going on everywhere. But to be successful, you really just need to just do match practice. You have to play. It's not, I mean, you obviously, once you get to a point, it's like pressure situations. Put yourself in the most uncomfortable place, and that's not fun.
Hmm. Yeah,
It's,
absolutely.
it's not fun. It really isn't. But that if you want to do this, you need to put yourself in uncomfortable situations, and that's match practice, playing against better people kind of thing.
Right on. Okay, we've got some guest questions that we solicited off of Facebook, so let's jump into a few of those right now. This one's interesting. This is obviously someone who knows you or at least knows of you and a bit of your history. It's from Kent Giard. He says, Danny, darts at the highest level is as much mental as it is mechanical. As both a drummer and someone who's had your father's guidance in the sport, how have rhythm, discipline, and that father-son bond shaped the way you approach the mental side of the game under pressure?
I mean, that's what got me here. Everything that you said there, everything that he said, that's exactly how I got here. That's everything. Like I was saying earlier, pressure can change and it shifts. You feel pressure from different angles. It comes at you from different angles sometimes. But no, everything that you said, that's my fundamental. That's my rock. That's what got me here.
Okay,
So
awesome.
that's completely, I credit all those to why I'm where I'm at.
Awesome. Well, I don't know if you know Robbie Mills, but his son is a youth player, RJ, and RJ threw this question at us. He was wondering how you balance your family life with a career in darts, and what keeps you going when you've got that stress and pressure at the hockey, knowing that you've been making sacrifices.
Yeah, that's the toughest one. I can't really balance it. I FaceTime. I
Yeah,
live in England. My boy's 6. I don't see him. I FaceTime. So that is the hardest thing in my life. That is the biggest thing that I deal with, especially when you're just, in between events and stuff, you're just on your own. You're just like, man, could have taken my kid to school today, but I can't because I'm in England. And I have to be if I want to be successful at this. So that is the biggest one. It's hard to balance it, but I try to stay in communication. I start, I make communication with them and I talk FaceTime, but that's it. FaceTime. Yeah.
yeah, sure, sure. Shifting gears a lot here. Clayton Dean asked this question: how many Americans do you think right now could get their PDC tour card if they tried vote for it?
Good amount. Yeah, a good amount. I think about just off the top of my head, 4 or 5.
Yeah, really.
I mean that's a good contention. I mean like that's a good effort. It's just like I said, it's really hard to do it for Americans. This is like I had to make a full thing to come here. You can't just I tried going back and forth doing it. It's too expensive. It doesn't make sense if you're not unless you come and immediately do it and just make it and get some sick sponsorship. It's impossible almost unless you're already a millionaire or have money to burn. But it's hard if you're really like trying to come up doing it. So, but like as far as talent, there's definitely plenty of people that I think in the U.S., especially now, that could do it if they really put all their chips on the table.
Okay, awesome. Another question, sort of around North American players. This is from Nick Trudell. How do North American players deal with the international travel and how it affects their focus in matches? Obviously, there's jet lag, there's dietary issues, all that stuff that comes with travel. How are the North American players dealing with it?
Well, I know how I didn't deal with it well. That's why like, every time I went to Q school, I tried like 4 or 5 times, I think, and failed because I would just rock up, fly over. few days before, play Q School, not get my card, go back home, and then I'd go to challenge tours, but like I'm just flying over on the week kind of thing. And the jet lag is a real thing. That coming over here anyway, for sure. And as soon as I actually made a commitment to just stay here and be here and get acclimated here, I get my tour card. So I was, it's like that is a it's tough. Jet lag is a real thing. I don't know about the dietary issues. I didn't really struggle with that much, but the jet lag for sure is that hits real. That's not good. Coming here, it just kills you, especially a couple days later. You don't want to mess around with that especially if you're gonna play something that matters that you spend a bunch of money and time to come and do.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I've got actually a good buddy of mine, Matthew Howells, wanted you to talk maybe a little bit about your experience attending the ADC, the Amateur Dart Circuit events in the UK, and if you think North America would benefit from that type of program.
Yeah, I benefited a lot because that's also what kind of hardened me up. Playing, at least getting my card and stuff. Just playing every night of the week. The ADC's huge right now. It's just those comps, tournaments every night of the week, and the vaults and everything. Um, it's amazing. It's really awesome. It just real match practice. I think the U.S. would benefit a lot from that. I mean, I know we got the ADO and the CDC stuff, but like a circuit where there's darts every night of the week, that you can't beat that. It obviously is going to benefit any player that wants to take it seriously.
All right. And last question. This is from Rob Ethington. Now you're over in the UK now, but obviously prior to that, this question probably fits in a little bit better. Is how do you balance playing a North American tournament where you're not seeing the same competition that you do in Europe? So it's not the same level of competition. It's not going to push you as hard, but there's maybe more opportunity to win cash when you're there and put some money in the bank versus just seeking out practice versus playing against the pros and playing in these big tournaments. Like for you, is there any appetite to go play smaller tournaments, to get wins, build confidence, get money? Or for you, are you at the point where you just want to push to be playing the best guys every opportunity you get?
That's a really good question. That is a good question because that's something I've been trying to work on because it's hard to get up for certain tournaments, right? I mean, when I go to a players championship, I know what I'm walking into. It's the
Yeah,
best
sure.
players in the world. I know. And when I go to local tournament, it's like I should be winning this, but I need to treat this as practice also, but also need the money. Well, want the money, I should say. I don't want to come here and not win. I want the trophy. Give it. Um, so it's really hard to get in that mindset, but like that's that right there is the discipline. And that's something that I think is really underrated, that to master that specific talent. Cause I'm still trying to learn to do that. When I go to a local thing, I'm just like, even like when I was at DPFL, I did it this year for the first time. I was there and I'm like, I haven't done one of these in a while, these weekend tournaments where it's like, several events. The
Yeah.
Saturdays take forever and then Sunday and then travel day. Like I haven't done one of those in a while. And at first I found like I was just like, like I'm not like super I'm like trying to really get up for it. And you need to feel that like adrenaline, that hit now. I feel like got I need to feel it, and I was struggling to feel it there. But then you see like, all the top North American players there. You see Barney, Wadamina there, and I'm like, okay, now I'm feeling it. All right, and like let's go. Oh, it's tough. It is tough to get up for those. I don't know. It's all preparation. It all comes down to preparation. Especially if you like drink and stuff, you need to just do this. My plan always now these days, and anything I do is just do it the same way every time.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
That's it.
it's putting in the reps and strengthening that skill to say, I'm going to do it this way every single time. And that's going to
Every
give
time.
results.
Whether it's have 3 coffees before you play, have a Red Bull coffee, have a drink, what you need to do, but like get it down, break it down. All these guys know what they need when they need it. And that's because when you think about it at any tournament, I know the lower ones. Yeah, could just be guys that just throwing darts for the first day or first week, whatever. That's different. Yeah, but like you don't want to lose to them either, and anyone can beat anybody on the day. But in any tournament where there's players there, as long as you're the guy that knows what you need when you need it, that just preparation is so important. And I'm still trying to lock that one in. Is preparation, because some days are different than others, and it's a complicated and simple sport at the same time. It really is this game.
Awesome. Okay, so today we're talking about motivation and commitment, which was the topic of our last episode. So the goal of this episode is to build on that content and get some real insights from one of North America's top players. I've said that commitment is the most important of the Guardians because all of the other Guardians depend on it. We're going to talk about motivation and commitment because they're sort of different things. Motivation is the thing that gets you started. It's the sugar high, it's the rush, but it's also something that wanes really easily. But commitment keeps you going when that motivation takes a dip. How do you balance those two things in your dart career? How do you balance the high of the motivation and the excitement of going over to England and now you're there? Now you need to be committed because there's difficulties. It's not easy, obviously, when you get there. How do you stay committed?
Well, if it's a gremlin, it's a bad one. Don't feed it after midnight.
Yeah.
But uh, no, that's it. It's just I've been doing this for so long now. I'm 32 now. I've been really gunning for where I'm at now for a long time, and the commitment I'm just that guy. You got to be someone that can just commit. I'm not a Luke Littler. I'm not some amazing. I mean, I was good as a kid, and I've always been good, and I know I can. I have just as much as to give as anyone else. Uh, you just got to be able to take the hits. It's like a Rocky movie. I think of it like a Rocky movie, I guess, like Rocky in like several of those movies, he just gets his ass kicked. If he would have knocked him out in the second round, there wouldn't be a sequel. But the dude just keeps moving. He keeps just getting up, looking like a catcher's mitt. Things happen. And I know it's a movie, but like the point is that you just don't stop. It's it. I'm just like, well, I'm just gonna go till the wheels fall off. If my left arm falls off, my left arm falls off. Until then, we're going, and I'm gonna keep doing it if I'm gonna do it.
Awesome. What's one commitment that you've made to yourself that or your training that really tests your motivation to follow through at times?
Regret. That's my biggest fear is regret. That's why I moved over here. My son was younger then, and I was like, I was kind of doing the back and forth thing more often, and I was still working in the U.S., playing the U.S. stuff, and I was just kind of like. I have what it takes to get a card. I have what it takes to do this stuff. I'd rather just do it now. And if I fail, I fail. If it goes tits up, that happens. But at least I won't be like, maybe I should have tried it. Now my son's 13 and I want to try it now. No, that's when I need really, like, I can't be not away. It's like, I better do it now. So regret's been the one thing that's like, you got to do it all right now. Just do it
Yeah.
all right now.
Awesome.
So I'm scared of regret. That's it. So that's my commitment to the thing, and I've been doing it too long to quit now. So
Yeah, fair enough. Uh, After a tough defeat, what motivates you to keep your commitment to practice, say, instead of walking away for a few days? Like, I know, like, sometimes you get beat up, or at least in my case, you get beat up on a weekend and you come home and Monday, I don't feel like throwing. Like, you're just mentally messed up from getting your ass kicked. How do you keep motivated and stay committed?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't like playing darts. I don't enjoy playing darts. It's just genuinely me. I feel like I'm working right now.
Yeah.
Um, I cannot take a day off. I'm not one of those that can say, "Oh yeah, I'm shutting it down for a few days." And that's it. And then I'm gonna come back at it. I can't do it. I throw darts every single day. I'm trying to find a way to throw more meaningful darts, which is why I was saying how I like to go to tournaments as much as I possibly can, whether it's some Mickey Mouse tournament here or there, whatever it may be, anything at all. There's always good players there. There's always a few. I I can't take a break. Yeah.
No, hey,
I
there.
forgot. I
That's
honestly forgot. I forgot exactly what the question was. I got lost there for a sec.
well,
What was the
the
question?
question is just around what motivates you to keep you committed instead of walking
Oh,
away for
yeah.
a few days.
I can't do it yet. That's what I was saying. Yeah, I can't do it. I get mad especially if I play bad or feel bad or had like a really bad like if it felt bad performance. I need to immediately sort that out somehow. Or at least throw up one good practice game or something that makes me like, all right, I can sleep tonight
Yeah.
now. I
Yeah.
can't
So
go to can't.
the coming back to the board, the practice board helps you reset then.
It's a very addictive like thing for me on that specific thing. I can't just be like I'm leaving it alone for 3 days. I'll leave it alone if I have like a really good play and I'm like, dude, that was great. That was awesome. Then I'll take maybe like a day. But even then, even a day for me is still, I'll still throw 15, 20 minutes, but they'll be meaningless though. It's just moving the ball.
Sure. What is your daily routine like? Like, do you schedule when you're going to practice, or is it I just get on the board and decide to play for as long as I feel like it, or like what does that look like?
Well, that's the thing. Normally like I said, I'm a huge practicer. I throw a lot on my own. It's just me and my own, well, me and my buddy and my manager. We have an apartment together, um, here. And, I basically throw by myself, but lately I've been trying to focus more on like meaningful practices. So I schedule practices throughout the week, with certain players and try to make like a 3 hours matter more because it's not, like I said, there's not much for me to do in England. There's not a lot of basketball hoops here, which I really miss. And I don't have a drum set because I live in an apartment. And so I can't do music. I can't play basketball. I don't drive. My buddy works. So there's no golf courses I can walk to either. And if they do, they don't have left-handed clubs usually. So I'm just kind of like, what do I do? Just walk and buy some food at the grocery store, to go for a walk at the park. Like, it's like, so I'm trying to, I would just throw darts all day, just on and off, darts, 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 Netflix, maybe meet someone, maybe not. I don't know. Like friends, just socialize a little bit. But either way, now what I do is my routine is I wake up, I always throw darts in the day. I find a someone to practice with in the mid afternoon, like at least like an hour and a half. Like I do like basically 3 to 5 best of 11s, 5-on-1 with someone, at a local place, someone that not at home, somewhere where it's like somewhere else, like kind of equal. And then, usually there'll be a tournament, whether it's a little small one or whatever at night. But, I noticed that for me, it's been helping to have more pressure situations. So any tournament or any real practice, like with people, not just myself, because I'll throw 6 hours a day by myself, play drills, do all my drills, do all my games, all that stuff. But it's just so easy and effortless, it's just so easy, on my own. But when playing with someone, that's where I need to focus on is like pressure situations. And I think that's helped. It helped a lot with that Rob Cross game, at least because I did a lot of practice with people before that. And, it just, yeah.
Do you have moments where you feel like your motivation has really waned? Like, do you ever have days where you're sitting down on the couch, maybe flipping through YouTube or something, and you just think to yourself, "Holy crap, what am I doing?"
Yes. All the time. I'm, I'm pretty negative as a person, but I'm also a very motivated and addictive kind of a person, which is why like I'll just go down with the ship, um, kind of person. Yeah, no, I'm pretty depressed a lot. I go through really bad spells, but like I said, I'm also very aggressively competitive and stuff, so I don't stop. And that's what I mean. Like, I don't watch darts. I couldn't tell you what's going on in the Euros right now. All I know is I'm not in there, and I should have been because I didn't make it through the qualifier. So what's going on today? That's like watching your colleagues work on a day off. I'm like, I should, I'm not there. They're out there doing stuff, and I'm not going to watch it. I don't enjoy watching it. I don't like it. I don't have the same love. That's one thing that's really changed. I don't love this game the same way, but I love what I do, if that makes any sense. It's like, I love what I do. I'm lucky to do what I do. Like, I am so fortunate and blessed to do what I do. And I know I've earned it, but I don't, I used to watch, I remember when I was a kid, I used to watch all these games and stuff, I watch everything going on. I'd watch it on my phone, everything. No, can't do it. I don't. I'd rather watch stupid animal videos and stuff, or watching like lions fight hyenas and stuff like that. Like I'm just like that. I'm like, oh, anything else. I watch sports highlights of like the real sports, like American sports. I hope all the English people that heard that, by the way. And it's soccer. Anyway, I'm probably going to get flack for that. But yeah, I do. I go through these really bad phases and it's work. I'm just looking at it as work. It could be good, could be bad. But I think that if, I love what I do, but I don't enjoy it the same way. And I think that a lot of players I've talked to feel that way about it, and there's a lot of darkness in between this. Like it seems like such a simple thing, darts, but there's a lot more to it than meets the eye. I'm telling you.
Hmm. Yeah, well, I mean,
And
it's an extremely mentally demanding game, whether even in practice to some extent, but definitely when you're competing and it wears on you, right? Like when you're playing every single weekend or every night of the week, it wears you down physically and mentally, which just puts you into a physical and psychological state that makes it more difficult to deal with some of the mental health stuff that comes along with it too. Like, so you're almost getting doubly hit in a way.
kind of, yeah, like because when you're playing all the time and if you're doing well, that is great. You're just on this high, right? It's the downtime. There's just a
Right.
lot of like this has been the struggle for me, and this is just a me problem. This is probably just me, just kind of just I'm just being just whiny right now on this one. I could do more. I could be more proactive on this. There's plenty of things I could do, but you know, I I have friends and people I know here and things, right? And it's like everyone works like a normal job, like 9 to 5 kind of thing, right? I'm free most of that time when I'm not on the pro tours. So that's basically the whole rest of the weekend stuff. And then I'm going to tournaments at night kind of thing. And they're all forced like, oh, you want to go out? I'm like, no, I'm going to work. It's like being night shift, first day shift kind of thing on, everything else. And it's just kind of I don't know. It's just a weird life, this thing, it's such a good one. And like I said, I don't want to complain about it, but man, there's a lot of weird things that people don't know about, like how like you can't really socialize the same way. If I go to a pro tour and I'm up at 7 a.m., you're preparing for the day. Whether you win it, say you lose first round, you're back home at 3 p.m. or 4 p.m., 5 p.m., whatever, and then you're just kind of like dead from the day, and then everyone else is wanting to do stuff, and then on the days off, you're like, okay, let's do stuff, but everyone's at work. It's, it's like, okay, well then at nighttime they get off, and I'm like, well, I gotta go play darts now or something.
Yeah, so
I
it's
don't know, man.
isolated.
It's very, yeah, it's what it feels like. It feels like a stuck limbo type situation, socially speaking, for me personally. I know there's probably other outlets and things you could do, but that's what takes the mental part of it. Like playing all the time, yeah, that you can get burnout, and and I do that sometimes. So I'll take a day off, but like, or not go to a tournament here and there. But the mental thing really is from the isolation of just you just don't get to do stuff with. You don't get to really have a life. It's other than that for the most part. It's either travel day, recovery day, just from just like a week or just this and that. You just need to just sleep or something, and it's just this. Yeah, there's a lot more parameters involved.
All right. When as far as your what drives you or motivates you, do you find do you find that it's the big goals like going deep in the world championships or in other major tournaments, or are other smaller wins along the way that help keep you motivated?
At this point in my career, it's smaller stuff. I'm trying to keep it simple in that sense. I just get a win here. Like, you just win this game, just win this one game, and then yeah, And I've found that that's helped me. Just get a win here. You don't need to win the whole thing. Just win this game. Let's get a couple wins. That's it. Just smaller, more realistic things. I think is as much as that hurts a lot of people and it hurts my pride as well. Because I'm like, dude, I could do it. I could do damage here. It's like let's just win 2 games today. How about that? Let's win 2 games this week. Let's win 2 games. How about that? And then that's been kind of eases up and makes it. It's been working for me a bit more just to kind of let's just start where we're at and just win a couple games. Just keep it simple as much as possible. It's all mental, so just keep it simple. Let it not break you down, kind of thing.
Okay. What about mid match? Like, if you do you ever have that motivation dip mid match where you're just like, ah, I don't want to be here right now. I'm not playing well. This is garbage. And then if you do get into that state ever, how do you try and get yourself out of it?
That's a tough one. There's been moments in that too where it's like you're just playing so bad and you're just like, just kill me off already. Like you're just like, just kill me off. You just want it to be done. And that is the worst feeling too, especially when you know who you are and what you're about, and you know what you can do. That's a tough one. And no, there's really that's one of those you just got to be like an instinct. It's like a lion being surrounded by hyenas, and you're just like, well, you know what? Just let's just go. Let's die here or not. There's no thinking. Not that point. If you're in that position, which I've been in, and I've crawled out of, it's just instinctive. It's just one of those instinctual things. You just do it. You just somehow find a way to just answer the hits. Luckily, some people can do it. Some people just really just can't handle it. But it's just like knee jerk. It's one of those things. I luckily I always somehow someone plays like that's to a fault too. Some players will play poor players and they'll bring them down to their level. Like they'll like if the guy's not playing well, they won't be playing well. Well, I'm like that's kind of like me sometimes. Like I'll just for some if I'm not in form, I'll I won't play well. But then someone will hit a ton 40, ton 80, and I'm like, oh, let me just answer that. And let me go one
Yeah,
three four 177. The stuff I'm just like, why can't I just do that? Why did I feel like, oh yeah, that's right, someone just slapped you in the face. Now you have to react. And it's like it's not me thinking about it. It's just me reacting.
yeah. Why do
And
you need
that's
a slap in the face in order to get that? Why couldn't you have just done that
exactly.
when he was
And that's
struggling? Why couldn't you have just hammered him then? Right?
yeah. Yeah, it's just that's what I mean. It's such a simple game. Keep it simple, stupid. I keep saying it to myself. Like, dude, there is no spoon. It's Matrix. Come on, just what are you doing? This is, but for some reason you need to get shot in the knee for you to, I'll be like, oh, okay, never mind. I'll use my other knee now and I'll react. It's like, what? It's so weird. And that's the art form of this game. That's the discipline. And that's where the only way I believe truly to really succeed in this game is to be in these pressure situations so much that it's just, that becomes knee jerk just to be in this situation all the time, which is why the top players in the world are the top players in the world because they're always in these situations all the time. They don't, I probably practice more than a lot of these players in the top 16, if I had to guess, that I've talked to. And but because they're doing the relevant, they're always on the stage, they're always in the thing. That it's like anything in any art, any sport, anything ever. They're just used to that, right? They're just always doing that.
And it's something that I talk about in the next episode. Actually, that confidence is contextual. Is it's you can be confident in practice, you can be confident on the floor, and then lose your confidence when you hit the stage because you're in a different context and it feels different. But if those guys are in that context all the
All the
time,
time.
feel
Yeah.
comfortable in and their confidence is high in that situation. Where guys who are coming in for the first time, it's not the same experience.
Such a simple thing too, because I guess in anything in life, you just build a tolerance to things. You just get used to only doing. I had a really good transition into playing like my first Las Vegas match in 2019 against James Wade. He beat me. I think I was up 4-2 and he beat me, but I didn't feel anything pressure about going on stage. I was a musician. I've been on playing on stages since I was like 14 years old, playing gigs, just playing gigs, whether it was a big stage, small stage, nothing super heavy, but or like super huge concert thing, but like just, stages, just playing music live all the time, always on stage, always doing the thing, always being the act of like entertaining. I felt like I was like, oh, well, this is nothing different. It's just, this is the same thing. But that's because of all that. And when you're at the top, echelon of the dart world, you're just constantly in front of thousands of people. You're you're used to putting these averages up all the time, and you're confident about it in front of that many people all the time. You're going to just develop this tolerance to, and that's just breaking into that is the challenge. But for the lower player, the only that's why I mean like it's more that's what something I'm personally trying to focus on these days too is throw less almost and just do relevant practice. Me and my manager, my buddies were talking about it here. We were just like, you throw like 6 hours a day. You're just because you're not doing anything else. You're just in your apartment or you go for a walk or a run, whatever. You're not really doing anything other than throwing darts, Netflix, throwing darts. You're not doing much. You don't have much of a social life. I'm just kind of just really trying to focus on darts. So I'm just like, I don't want any distractions, but it's like, what's the point in throwing 6 hours a day? And then you go to a pressure situation. It doesn't, it feels, your arm feels different. It's instead maybe how about throw like 2.5 hours a day, relevant practice with someone only, and then shut it down. Do your shift. Do your 3 hour shift with someone midday, like a pro tour would be, and then just shut it down and relax and then clear your head and, you know, do your own thing instead of just constantly up and down. Cause I'm always just up and down. Just like I'll throw for 20 minutes. I'll do some drills, do finishes, 60 to 100, whatever. And then I'll sit down, then I'll play a few things and I'll just, it ends up being like 6 hours and it's like, not really relevant almost sometimes because like the fundamentals for me are there. It's I need these pressure moments, and the only way I get that is against something that matters, and that's a person that's gonna maybe push me too if I don't hit back. So relevant practice is the one thing that is really crucial when you get to a certain point for sure.
Do you ever feel like if you introduced some social elements or even, I don't know, open mic night or something like that, where you get an opportunity to play some music and that sort of thing? Do you ever feel like maybe introducing some of that into your life versus just being strictly darts would help with the motivation a bit?
It does, yeah. I think it would a lot. I did an open mic night or not open mic. I'm a musician. I don't do squishy but I'm a drummer. No, I did one in Germany. I got to sit in and play some tunes on drums, and yeah, it does. And that's what I do when I go home, see my folks and stuff. And I always go to the studio. We have an academy there, Heartland Music Academy in Terre Haute. Um, and it's a school we teach. And yeah, I go and just beat the shit out of the drums, and it's the best. But yeah, I've done a few open mics, but there's just no here. It's all. No offense to everyone, but everyone here is just house, boots and boots and cats music here. Even though I know a lot of great rock musicians came from England, but where have they gone? Because there's not a lot of good music around my way. It's all just house music, man. I just can't. I hate the music here. Yeah, there's not a lot of the option for that where I live. So it's just not really available. Um, No, I know. I need to be more. I'm just being whiny about it. I'm not really trying to be, but I've not been very proactive about like trying to really like, oh, let me find something to do here.
Yeah, okay.
Uh, I've tried the basics and stuff, but again, it's just my schedule gets filled up pretty quickly, and then it's like, well, there's no point in going an hour away to whatever.
Sure. All right. Last question for you. Uh, what advice would you have for young players in terms of their commitment and developing as dart players?
Just throw a bunch. Just do it. Just throw a bunch of darts at the dartboard, try to find a pie, like try to aim at the 5-1-20, just that wedge, that whole segment. Try to just find a little section of the board and just try to stay there all the time. But it's a simple game, and then once you get to the point where you can actually get close to hitting what you're trying to hit, then start getting a finishing sheet, start learning finishes, start learning your numbers. Just start learning what it is. Just learn your numbers, do your math, but it's all repetition. It is all muscle memory
Awesome.
at the early stage for young kids. So yeah, just repetition.
All right. Well, thanks so much for being with us today, Danny. This was a really great interview, and I think a lot of our listeners are going to take tons from this, some great insights and ideas from your experience. So thanks for sharing your time with us. Obviously, this is time you could have spent on the practice board or out doing something else. So we really appreciate you taking
No, it's all
the
right.
time.
No, yeah,
And
it's all right.
anyways, if commitment is the most important guardian, that confidence is your most powerful guardian. In the next episode, episode 10, we're going to take a deep dive into the concept of confidence and why it's such a powerful element of your mental game. Then we'll continue our discussion about confidence when we're joined by PDC Canadian Tour card holder Jim Long in episode 11. So if you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button wherever you're listening to this podcast, and make sure you've liked and followed us on Facebook so you never miss an episode. Until then, take a breath, trust your throw, and for the love of tungsten, don't let the monkey drive the bus. This has been DartBrain. I'm Clint Clarkson. Until next time, stay focused, throw with purpose, and train your dart brain.